Hey, um, so seeing as today's World Suicide Prevention Day, I thought I'd talk a little bit about my experience with suicidal idealisation, and in the hope that it helps you. And as cliche as this sounds, it really does get better. I think I was the worst when my depression was like highest. That's a given, but basically I'd like move to a new school, I'd have no friends, and I felt so like left out, and the lack of the socialisation and stuff that I was used to kind of escalated my depression. So on top of everything else there was that, and that kind of caused me to feel worse than ever and led to several suicide attempts. I don't really want to go into detail because risk of triggering people or giving people ideas, and that's the last thing I'd ever want to do, but it got pretty bad. And I guess the main message I want to come up with though is that yes, it can feel like it's never ever going to change and it's not going to get better, but it can and it will get better. And I know that if you're in a really bad place right now, you won't believe that, and that's the last thing you want to hear, because I felt like, oh, everyone keeps telling me that, but it's not, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. But it has to get worse before it can get better. That's the best piece of advice I think I was told, and it does. But if you're at rock bottom, there's only one place you can go up, right? Things can only get better. And as bad as it may seem now, and it might seem like no one cares, but there's always someone that cares. And if there's no one else, I care. Feel free to drop me a message or whatever. There is always someone that cared, and I know someone, and he killed himself. And honestly, he thought that no one cared, and the amount of people, he had helped so many people, and so many people were gutted when they found out he died. And it's so final and it's so sad, and it's sad that anybody feels like they have to end it, and that's the only way things are gonna change. Because as hard as it is, getting help can really change things. So the first step's always the hardest, but it does really help. So if you can, speak to someone, anyone, and just start your journey to recovery, because honestly, you don't want to be like this forever, do you? And taking the first step is always the hardest, but once you've done it, you'll feel so proud of yourself, and if you've done that, you can do anything. So yeah, the message of this, I guess, is it gets better and you can beat this, so stay strong and keep fighting. Bye.